What's going on, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be driving the Calypso, testing out this brand new TKX from Tremec. Guys, I'm going to give you my first thoughts and impressions of driving the car. First off, let's go ahead, sit down in the car, and let's go over how I think all of this new stuff feels just by me sitting in the car, because I can promise you it is a little bit different than the T5 that I'm used to. Before we do that, if you guys would like to see the install, the unboxing, and all the new parts that we put in the car, check this video out right here. It's from our install. It'll show you everything that we installed in the car. It's just too much to go over right now. Okay, so first off, we did put a brand new clutch in the car, and this is labeled as Silver Sports, you know, on clutch and pressure plate. It's also got a brand new flywheel, everything else. So as far as clutch feel, this is actually a really light clutch for the amount of power that this thing can hold. As far as the shifter, this is the thing I want you guys to know first off, because when you install one of these TKXs, it's going to be the first thing that you notice. This thing from neutral is hard. Now, it's different. That's all I can tell you. I mean, you have to pull this thing over and go up to first, second. Now, it's spring loaded to third, as you can see. If we just push this thing up, you can see that it's spring loaded to third. So, all right, so to pull over to go to fifth, it's a little tight, but it's okay. It's not that bad. This is the thing I don't want you guys to misunderstand. This shifter is very tight in neutral. Like, you know how when you get in a stock T5 Mustang, you can, you're not gonna do that in this thing. You're not, I mean, you have to work for that, but it's done like that for a reason. So anyway, as far as the shifting, I have driven the car down the road one time late last night just to test everything. And yeah, I'll save my first impressions until we actually drive it, because really and truly, I mean, this is still going to be a first impressions video, because I took it down the road for like a quarter of a mile, turned around and came back. Also, something else that you'll notice with this new block plate, starter, and flywheel, listen how cleanly this thing starts up now. So quiet now. So the block plate was, I guess, an issue. Basically what I mean by that is the starter wasn't shimmed correctly because the block plate was all busted up and tweaked up. All right, let's go for a drive. So the very first thing that I want to mention is the clutch. All right, no gas. Wow, man, see that?
That is unreal.
There's an issue with the car right now. Those vents stink.
Yeah,
remember that.
Yeah.
I guess we've got some fouled out plugs again. It is what it is, but we're not here to review how the car's running. We're here to review this transmission, clutch, and everything else. man, I love so far the way this thing shifts. Papa T likes it. Yeah, he loves it. It's just really tight. Now the shifts themselves are not notchy, are not tight. Meaning when you go from first to second, it's smooth. You don't have to put a lot of force behind it. It just goes. And that third gear shift is money. It just lays over in there. Now guys, look, what do I know about transmissions? Well, not a whole lot. I'm not necessarily a transmission guy. Well, what kind of transmissions have I ever had? Well, actually quite a few. We've had a 3550, T56, bunch of T5s. Let's see what else. Z-Spec T5. Just many different transmissions that I've owned over the years. But, you know, I'm no Neo Mustangs. You know what I mean? So I don't have every transmission at my disposal. But what I can tell you from the popular transmissions that most people like, the TKO 500, 600, driven those as well, I think this is my favorite. It definitely shifts better to me than a T56 does. It's not as buttery smooth as a T5, but it's about as smooth as you're going to get for a transmission that's able to hold that kind of power. And that's typically going to be your trade-off, right? If a transmission can hold a lot of torque and horsepower, then more than likely it's just going to be a little stiffer. That's just the way it is. So a lot of times it's just more of a feel with these transmissions, like an intangible, something that you can't necessarily put your finger on, but it just feels right. I know that the new transmission, new clutch, new setup thing probably plays a role in the fact that how I really like this, right? It matters for everybody, right? When you got something new, typically when you get something new, you're gonna try to really like it. I honestly thought this thing was gonna be a lot notchier than what it is and not shift as smooth as what it does, but it does. It shifts great and I love it. Now I do encourage you, if you wanna know more about this transmission, like what all we got, everything else, check out this video up here that I've already linked and see for yourself. But guys, this is a go for me. I think my dad's same way. What about you?
I love it.
Okay.
Best quick shifting transmission I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So smooth.
It is. Let me try to say this. Typically, with a transmission that's built to hold any amount of horsepower and a clutch that's built to hold any amount of horsepower, there's always a trade-off.
Yep.
And that's what I thought was going to happen with this. I thought that because we got this clutch and because we got this transmission, everything's going to be real stiff and the clutch was going to be super grabby. It's more streetable now.
That's what I just fixed. It's like more streetable than race.
Yeah.
You know,
Way
really,
more.
But you got the race factors in it.
What did you think about the pedal feel? Wasn't too bad.
Oh, no, it works like factory Mustang to me.
It's lighter than a King Cobra clutch. I can
Yes.
tell you that. It's lighter than that. Anyway, guys, look, I'll put everything up that I bought, that I purchased from Silver Sport. If you guys are interested, go check it out. This is a winning killer combination. All right, guys, look, first impressions, absolutely. Love this thing. More videos to come once we get this car to run right. I know this has been long. I'm sorry, I ramble. I say things over and over 10 times. I just want to make sure that I get my point across to you guys and it comes across like it needs to. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. And as always, thanks for watching.